Welcome back, the North Carolina High School Athletic Association's this round one of our 3A playoffs as the Mustangs from Smoky Mountain all the way to Sylvia come to call against the Ale Brown Wonders of Kannapolis. Smoky Mountain 6-5 on the season, and of course the Wonders 8-3. And earlier Steve Gant had a chance to talk to some of the coaches, and first the Silva side and the Mustangs from Smoky Mountain.
Thanks, Randy. We're Philside with Tim Hawkins, the head coach of the Smoky Mountain Mustangs. First of all, Tim, I know it's a long journey, but welcome to Kannapolis.
Thank you. We had a good trip, and everything's went real well, and hopefully we're ready to play.
Tim, we don't know a whole lot about your team. We know the record, know a couple of opponents that you've played. What can we look for tonight?
Well, when we play well, we're a good football team. Back earlier in the year, we were 6-1 there, not counting our endowment game, which we lost. I guess we were 6-2, but we fell on hard times there toward the end of the year, had some injuries, and those kids have healed up, and hopefully we'll regain some of that we had back earlier in the year.
From what I've been reading, from what I've been hearing, you guys like to pass. I believe you got some pretty good quarterback back there and some good receivers.
Yeah, we throw the ball. We try to be 50-50. Some nights we have to throw a little bit more than that, but we've got most of our yardage this year has come through the passing game, and our big plays have come through the passing game.
Coach, we was up in your neck of the woods over the last couple of years, up to see Asheville one time and to Franklin last year. Who do you compare yourself to?
Up there, I guess we're kind of like a Franklin team. Franklin's got they beat us this year. They've got a great football team. They've only lost one game all year. We played Asheville and played them in a real good game and ended up losing real late in the fourth quarter. So we're kind of in the same league, in the same ballpark with those people, and hopefully we play as well as they've been playing.
Yeah. Coach Wiseman once said, if you're going to, after a 4-hour journey to do battle, make sure that the journey is that of the opponent. Do you think home field plays into consideration tonight?
Well, I'm sure they're glad to be at home, and we wish we would have been at home. We felt like going into last week's game that if we'd have won that game, we'd had a good chance at being an 8 or a 7 seed, but didn't work out for us in double overtime. But home field's always important in a game like this, but sometimes young people like coming on the road, and it's more challenging, and they get up for it.
And health-wise, how's the team?
We're in the best health we've been in a while. We'll have everybody out there tonight.
Okay, Coach, thanks for talking to us again. Welcome to Kannapolis.
Thank you.
Thank you. Okay, Randy, back to you.
Ask the word from the Mustangs, and yes, it is the middle of the fall season. That's one of those that the leaf blower didn't get today. Could be the beginning of a monster movie as well. Anyway, Kannapolis 8-3 on the year. Steve Gant had a chance to talk to one of the coaches, and these were the comments.
Thanks again, Randy. We're here with Wonders coach Jeremy Ryan. Jeremy, it seems like we've done this time and time again. Brand new season. The records mean nothing.
Records mean nothing. We're hoping to carry some of our momentum. You know, we won, I think, 7 out of our last 8 games. Kids had a good week of practice. We're trying to get going on a positive note.
Well, speaking of a positive note, it seems like anytime you hear a team coming from the mountain area, from the Smoky Mountain team here, Asheville, Franklin, anywhere up in that area, you think it's going to be some big mountain boys. And it seems it's often scary. What do you know about this team?
Well, I know they're pretty good, and I know they play a great schedule. Those mountain teams play hard. They play as hard as any teams in any area in the state. What we know about them is, you know, they got a couple skilled kids who can run. They got some big guys who can knock you down. They seem to be a pretty good tackling defense. Throw a couple of different coverages at you that we might not have seen this year as far as defensively. Playing against Smoky Mountain is going to be different for us because, you know, we don't exactly know what to expect. We don't have any common opponents really, so we don't know what we're getting into, I guess.
Yeah, I talked to the coach, and he kind of compared himself to Franklin. I know last year we made about a 5-hour journey to Franklin. This year, these guys make about a 3.5, 4-hour journey to Kannapolis. Do you feel like Kannapolis, being at home, has a little bit of an advantage?
Well, that's what you play the regular season for, so you get some home games in the playoffs, and you play one game at a time. We think we have maybe a slight advantage to being at home, especially if we get our big Wonder crowd in here and, you know, hooting and hollering for the Wonders. We're looking forward to the opportunity, though, for sure.
Jeremy, I talked to Coach Hawkins. He said he's probably as healthy as he's been all year. What about the Wonders?
Pretty healthy. We're lucky to escape our last 4 or 5 games of the year without anybody going down, which in the last 3 years has been pretty unusual for us. But we ended the season on a strong note, like I said before, and we're carrying some momentum into the playoffs, and we're looking for big things.
Okay, man, we'll let you get to work. Thanks for talking to us, and good luck tonight.
Thank you very much.
Okay, we can be homies, by the way. Thanks, Jeremy. Good luck. Okay, Randy, back to you.
Join us this week from Memorial Stadium, round number 1 of the State 3A playoffs. Let's go meet the co-captains and the coin toss right now.
The Smoky Mountain Mustangs, this is Captain Day.
Okay, how you got, Gaz? Gentlemen?
2 days.
15. Gentlemen, we can call you white tonight. We're calling you green. Talk only to white players. You talk only to green players tonight. Have a good time. Have a good game. You played hard all year. Call it heads or tails. It's called a heads. It is a heads. You have won the toss. You want to defer?
Yes, sir.
Okay. You want the football? Which way do you want to kick it? Oh, okay. Let's spin around this way, guys. Put you back over here. White has won and deferred.
Mustangs win the toss in the third.
Okay, Smoky Mountain defers to the second half, and interesting choice there, Woody.
Well, they want to see what they've got to face from that Wonder offense and come out of the locker room getting the ball first for whatever adjustments they make. There, you see their quarterback. That was Jared Day, one of the captains, number 10, running across there.
But if that Wonder offense is anything like it's been the last several weeks, that might be a moot point here as the team's ready to come onto the field for the start of the second season. Kind of an electric moment at all of any sporting event when the teams come on. I believe Kannapolis, obviously, late arriving crowd, but the stands are full, and here come their beloved Wonders onto the field.
And, you know, that's an interesting point we talked about, Randy. Back at the beginning of the season, a lot of folks were starting to wonder how this team was going to come out with all the injuries and all the tough teams they were playing early on in their season. And then they put it together. Really, I think probably their best performance of the year, maybe that Mooresville game. There were a lot of questions about their defense coming into that game. They held Mooresville to just 13 points, and that really gave them the boost they needed to win the North Piedmont Conference again.
And to overcome a situation midway in the first quarter of the first game when one of your outstanding athletes, a senior quarterback, goes down with a broken leg or broken ankle, Drew Marr, and everybody had to pick it up a notch, and Brandon Franklin has been phenomenal.
He really has, Randy. I mean, he has just gotten the job done. And the thing that Coach Massey keeps saying about him, he doesn't say he's the greatest runner or he's the greatest passer. He says he's a competitor. He's a winner. He finds ways to get it done. And that's what you want out of your quarterback spot. By the way, somebody was saying, I think it was Steve Gant, saying that Drew Marr is here and in uniform tonight. And looking down, I do see him down there on the far side of the Kannapolis players there near the 30.
If anything, what an emotional lift to see that guy. And somebody won't see any action, but to have him there and that lucky 13. He said he was going to be back, didn't he?
Yeah, he sure did. And here he is, the senior, 6'3", 201 pounds, and a lot of hard rehab work to get back here.
You can see the noticeable lip, but I'm sure he's glad to have that old cast off there. That's something you don't want. That was an early Christmas present, so to speak.
Randy, the Smoky Mountain kicker, Stephen Brown, is out there, and now finally the rest of his team comes out. Everybody's been waiting. The Kannapolis players have been out there for a while, but now they come join him, and those white uniforms won't be that way long. Get a good look now.
Yeah, pick out your favorite number because you won't see it here in a few minutes.
You can see all the brown patches around it. They had a serious problem with some water here a few weeks ago when we had just some torrential rains, and they did a lot of work to try and get the field in shape. That was right before the Mooresville game, and they ended up having that one on a Monday night, but they found out they had a backed up drain as well, so hopefully everything's squared away now.
Well, Brown is ready. There you see the return guys. Williams is 22, and Peoples is number 6. It will be a short kick taken at about the 19-yard line, and this is Bacon returning out across the 30 to the 34-yard line. Bacon, a transfer from Piedmont High School earlier in the season. Let's take a look at the starting lineups and how things will shake out here.
Along that Wonder offensive line, Sloop 302, Atwell 308 pounds. Both of those guys are captains Then you look at the skill players, the running backs and receivers for Kannapolis. You got Williams with 10 TD catches. You got Russell with 40 catches overall as the Wonders come toward the line of scrimmage.
They'll have the single set. That is Maurice Edwards, the senior. 3 receivers to the right, and they'll give it to Edwards, trying to seal the corner. And Edwards with some good room on the first play of scrimmage. Keeps digging out across the 41-yard line. It'll be enough for a first down.
Looked like you got a nice block out there on the wing from Artis Butler.
And let's take a look around at the rest of the lineups. Here's the Wonders backs and receivers for you.
Peoples will be going both ways. Maurice Edwards, very, very versatile. As we mentioned, Williams with 40 catches so far. Russell with 40 catches. Williams with 10 touchdown catches. And there is Brandon Franklin, Randy. 2,200 yards total, 1,500 of them through the air. And he didn't become the starter until about the 3rd week. Who moved first?
Well, I saw number 71 was pulling, and that was Scotty Apple.
Well, when he pulls, that's fairly obvious. Well, you get a nice play right out of the box and then back it up with a penalty.
So 1st and 15, they'll line it to 36. 3 receivers in the pattern once again. And they go to the run. Edwards with some room, and he can scoot. Gets the penalty yardage back and then some up near midfield before he's finally knocked back.
Oh my goodness, Randy. Scotty Atwell used every bit of that 308 pounds, and he squashed the nose guard. 88, Chris Bryson. I mean, Edwards ducked in there and hid behind him, behind big old Scotty Atwell, and he just flattened somebody running through that time.
Obviously, the penalty didn't hurt that play because Scotty, he got his man, didn't he?
Yeah, and he laid there for a while after he got him, too.
2nd and a long 2 at the 49-yard line. Out of the shotgun, Franklin fakes it to Edwards, throws over the middle, got a man open. That is Derek Williams, shakes a tackle, and will be brought down inside the 20-yard line. He got kind of stuck in the mud there for a minute. Jared Day on the tackle, but if it had been a clean, plain surface, he was gone.
Yeah, he spun his tires in the mud a little bit there trying to make some of those cuts, but here's Franklin on the rollout. Nice strike, fingertip grab, and Williams making some moves here, making people miss, and boy, after they hit him, they helped him get about 5 more, didn't they?
Yes, they did. His 31st catch on the year, and the Wonders will set up first down at the 18. They move Edwards over to the right, out of the gun. Franklin on the option to Edwards. Looks, lowers the shoulder, and will get inside the 10-yard line.
Oh, nice job that time, Randy, by Franklin. He draws Brody Crawford, number 55, the defensive tackle there, and when he takes a step towards him, pitches it right out to Peoples, pretty as you please.
Let's take a look at some more lineups for you here. The Wonders are moving down the field pretty quick. Haven't had a chance to look at that Smoky Mountain defense.
Well, Crawford going both ways there, Stapleton going both ways, and we'll keep an eye on that as well. Sargent as well. Robinson also going both ways tonight for Smoky Mountain in that linebacker core. Ayers will go both ways, as will McGuire. Those two will be receivers in the offensive set.
2nd down and 2, just outside the 10-yard line. Edwards, no, check it, up the middle. It's Franklin on the run, and it will be a touchdown. He got into the end zone. Great fake, and he had everybody fooled, including me.
And he had a nice block downfield that time, Randy, from Randy Sloop. That was the last man in the way, and Randy just cleared him right out, and Franklin had an easy path to the end zone after that. Randy, when you got 2 300-pounders leading the way on you like that, boy, it makes his job a lot easier.
Franklin impressive. That's his 6th rushing touchdown of the season. And the Wonders take 2 minutes and, 45 seconds to punch one on the board. Meade now attempting the extra point, and it is perfect. We have a timeout on the field. 9:15 remaining, opening period. Wonders out early.
Some heavy pressure as he let that one go.
They're going to send Williams back up to the bog area of the field on 3rd and 11. Here's Franklin rolling right, pumps it upfield, and it's going to be intercepted at the 45-yard line. Coming back was Sam McGuire, and I'm not sure if Williams fell down or what.
I think the throw may have just been a little bit off. They were both trying to come back toward the ball. Watch him here. This is a rare sight for Brandon Franklin. He's been very good with the ball. They were both coming back for it, and McGuire just dove in front and got it.
Only his 9th interception of the year, but he threw a lot of those in the early part of the season. So, turnover, and now the Mustangs with the ball at the 45-yard line of the Wonders. And they'll go off the right side. Looks like Jonathan Tanner got about 2, maybe 3 on the play.
Just straight ahead. This is the best starting position for a drive for Smoky Mountain, as we said, but their offense moved pretty well in the middle of the field, but then Kannapolis made them stall before they got to the red zone.
Right now they're in the mud zone.
Remember that? Ron Massey headed up top? Isn't that him? Yeah.
Now he's sitting there going, well, that's a playoff, so it's another season. They go with the reverse, and now here we go with a pass. Under heavy pressure, they got a man all behind the defense. Touchdown, Mustangs. Sam McGuire caught it. Olin Dunford threw it. Off the reverse, and a little razzle-dazzle, and it worked.
The defensive backs for Kannapolis bite on this reverse here. They come up to play run, and look at that arm now, Randy. He had some heat on him, too, and still got it away. You see at the end trying to strip it was Brett Bartles, but we're 1 point away from a tie ball game, and you see the happy Mustang sidelines. What was that,
42 yards. So McGuire with his 5th touchdown of the year on the receiving end this time. Now a big extra point. Snap, spot, kick is up. It's a new ball game. 9:51 to go. First half. Mustang kick coming up next. Tell you what, Maurice has been gaining about, that's 3 carries. I know he's had about at least 10 yards.
Here comes the chain gang, but Edwards can do so many things. We mentioned he used to be the quarterback. He can throw that pass downfield. He can catch the ball. He can run it and just do just about anything you need.
Stretch and the length of the football. Clock showing 9:22 remaining, first half. As the crowd kind of stunned a little bit, a little razzle-dazzle pass, and just like that, Smoky Mountain's back in the ballgame. The Wonders said you would think, look on the scoreboard, you say, hey, they've dominated this thing. Then you look on the scoreboard and say, no, it's a tie game. Well, Edwards is off to the races. Can they catch him? Foot race, they'll trip him down inside the 10-yard line. It was Michael Ayers who saved the touchdown.
He's one of those guys going both ways. They really think he's a college prospect, but Edwards was almost to the house here. Watch this hole. Look at that, Randy. I mean, they just controlled that thing over there on the left side, and just a shoestring tackle at the very end. I'm thinking Kannapolis might be thinking, we got a weight advantage on this team, a size advantage. They got 6 guys going both ways. Some of them are on that defensive front. Maybe we can wear them down and we just pound at them.
They'll give it to, no, Franklin's going to keep it. Gets a block and a touchdown.
You get them thinking Edwards, Edwards, Edwards. You send them out left, they all chase him, leaves a huge gap for Franklin.
His 2nd touchdown of the night, 7th rushing touchdown on the season to go with the 19 he's thrown. So you can see very productive year offensively. And the Wonders, just like that, have retaken the leads, come storming back down after a nice return and cap a 59-yard drive. Williams to hold, B to attempt the extra point. Snap, spot, the kick is on its way, and it is perfect. 8:51 remaining in the first half. Second down and 11 as we come back at the 15-yard line. Some of the
all the way from Maine. See on her shirt.
You know, what is we heard?
Wonder Nation is very large.
Yes, it is. One setback behind Day. He pops it over the middle to the big tight end, and he's hemmed in at about the 4-yard line. Sargent, you can't help but find him.
Yeah, 6'4", about 220 pounds. They run a little play action there and then find him right in the middle. A big target here. Watch him stand up and spread out. Makes a nice target.
That's like hitting Lurch over the middle there, wasn't it?
Yeah.
You rang.
Yeah, he's right down to the, give him just inside the 4, I guess.
Well, it is definitely 4-down territory here as they are that close from the tying touchdown, or at least getting back to within a point. 3rd down, just outside the 3-yard line. Quick toss. They fake the reverse and will go off the right side for the touchdown. Nice bit of play as Torrance takes it in.
Now they've got that reverse in Kannapolis' head. They're trying to stay home and be ready for it. It's just making them hesitate a little bit, enough to give them the seam. They've faked that reverse twice now and had nice success with it.
Good bit of running by Josh Torrance, the senior. And he scores his 5th touchdown of the season. And now we're an extra point away from a new ball game. Jared Day to hold for Brown. That kick may have been partially tipped, but it did get across. New game, 4:29 to go in the first half.
That will stop the clock. That's huge. It'll stop it just long enough for him to move the chains, but it will allow him to get one more play off.
As soon as they whistle it, ready for play. Wonders trying to get in some substitutions on defense here. 11 seconds, 1st down and goal just outside the 1, and he'll spike it. And the clock will stop with 6 seconds. So they're down to, well, basically 1 play.
Right.
But now you got the option of, what, 25 seconds? Or
yeah, you got a little time to think about it here now, and the downs don't matter because you only have the 1 more play left before time will expire. But the key thing, Randy, boy, 2 keys. One, that tremendous penalty, the unsportsmanlike, that not only stopped the clock but gave them an extra 10 or 15 yards, and then picking up the 1st down here gives them an extra chance at it. They're going to go for the field goal. They're not even going to try to get the, they're just going to try to take the lead into the locker room.
Well, they said it's too risky from outside the 1, so now Brown will try the little bit less than an extra point attempt. Snap, spot, kick is up. It's long enough, and it's good. And time runs out in the first half. A 19-yard field goal is good, and it's a 17-14 game at the break.
Yeah, they forced Day to have to scramble around a little bit back there to try and stay alive. He stepped up in the pocket and then out, but he had some pressure up the middle that time.
Wonders led at 7-0. It was tied at 7, led at 14-7. And since then, 10 unanswered points by the Mustangs from Sylvan, North Carolina. Smoky Mountain High School. 2nd and 10. Day. Pocket breaks down, pumps it upfield. Got a receiver behind, kind of in the seam, and it's going to be McGuire, and he's down the sidelines, and he will score. Touchdown Mustangs, and no penalty markers on the field.
Randy, Andrew Baker stopped and got himself caught in no man's land. That was the difference in that play. He had the coverage and then stopped. McGuire didn't, and that's why they got 6. Watch this. Watch 21. He's stopping right here thinking they're going to get him, but look at the gap he wound up giving him.
And then it was just a foot race. Got a good block there and outran the rest of the guys. So 23-14. It takes 54 seconds for the Mustangs to move in this drive for the touchdown. And the final 50, the 50-yard touchdown pass. Now Brown for the extra point. The kick is good. 10-point lead with 11:06 to go, 3rd period. So the Wonders with the penalty down to the 15-yard line.
3 big penalties here in the third quarter for Smoky Mountain.
Edwards in the backfield. And he'll get the football. Got maybe 3, possibly 4 that time as he disappeared into the land of the lineman.
The rain's starting to pick up a little bit now.
.458 left in the third period. 24-14. There you see the rain. Little intensity level. Franklin will keep it. Spinning to the 9. It'll bring third down coming up. Jared Day. 6 of these guys going both ways for Smoky Mountain made the tackle.
Did you see all the guys? Day was the only guy over there. Had he not got him, Franklin was going to walk into the end zone, but all the guys who chase after Edwards on the play-action fake.
And, of course, got to respect the receiving abilities of Russell and Williams out there. They're drawing a little crowd.
Staying with that no huddle.
It is third down and 4. Franklin fakes the pitch, keeps it, turns it upfield, has the first down, and then some. Inside the 5 as he fights his way all the way down to the 1-yard line. Almost got it in the zone.
And that's the advantage of having a big, strong quarterback like Brandon Franklin. 6'2", 200 pounds. Watch him take the hits. 1, 2, 3, 4, and still fighting forward.
Here are the final stats. And then the Wonders will go on an opportunity to draw a little closer here on first down and goal just outside the 1-yard line. Boy, they got the power I formation. And it's going to be Edwards in for the touchdown. That'll be his 6th rushing touchdown of the season. And it gets the Wonders back to within 4.
This heavy jumbo over there to the left, and they just smash their way across the goal line. Nice drive by the Wonders. You had to wonder about their confidence level after being stopped when Smoky Mountain came right down and scored.
Well, they got out of the mud field over there. That helps. Plus the big pass interference call got them down into the red zone. Williams to hold. Snap is bobbled, and that is a big, big mistake there. We have a timeout. 3:45 to go, third period. It's a 4-point game. Midfield. Is he going to get a chance to return it? Comes up, feels, and sits and takes a seat.
That's all right. That's better than running backwards 15 yards, young man. That's all right. Made a secure catch and held onto the ball in Smoky Mountain territory.
Well, the field is muddy, and once you take a seat, you usually stick.
And that's actually good concentration, Randy, because he held onto that thing, catching it while his feet were coming out from under him.
The Wonders at the 48 with 4:08. They do not, field goal will not do them any good.
Randy, I think they could probably just hammer it right down there using Maurice Edwards. They've been very successful with him tonight. Now they've thrown enough to make Smoky Mountain think that.
And we have not seen Jameel Weeks in the backfield either. It's an added weapon. They give it to Edwards. He fights for about 4 that time to the 44-yard line.
Wonders still have all their timeouts, just inside 4 minutes to go now.
Well, it's now or never, as they say. Coach Massey knows that. And he hopes his offense can come up with that one big touchdown. Franklin keeps it spinning to the 40, just inside the 41-yard line. It'll be third and about 3 coming up. Dunford.
One of the Wonders is hurt a little bit in front of Franklin. Watch this block downfield, and Dunford fights it off to make the play. One of the Wonders really hurt. I'm thinking it might be Sloop.
Yeah, we saw him. They saw him to the ground, but they're going to work on him right now. So we have a stoppage of play with 3:29 left in the ball game. Back in just a minute. Oh, not too good there. Looks like the ankle injury variety. It helped off very slowly. And that is a big loss on that offensive line. Randy Sloop.
Yeah, one of the captains, 302-pounder.
A senior.
Well, Randy, you were asking about Weeks getting in the offense a minute ago. He's in there now in the backfield.
Yeah, they are in the power I on 3rd and a long 2. We'll call it 3. Quick toss, left side, looking for the block. And Edwards gets the corner turn, dragged down by the ankles. And depending on the spot, it's going to be very close, but obviously Wonders will go for it.
Oh, yeah, got to now.
Short.
Can't count on getting the ball back. We're going under 3 minutes right now. What a burst of speed at the end by Maurice Edwards here, realizing he's going to have to race to get around the corner. Boy, you're right. The spot is going to be everything.
And they'll bring the change in from the far side. The clock stops with a measurement at 2:57.
Hey, the boys in the truck must be slipping. Where's our chain gang music?
Maybe it got rained out.
Maybe so.
Okay, I think we're going to get it here.
That must have been an old 45 and somebody broke it.
Maybe you can't play it until the official measurement.
You got it.
There we go. I mean, you hear that applause? I guess that's the sound of the guys working on the chain gang.
Yep.
Now they want to make sure they got everything in order.
Make sure there weren't any kinks in the chain there, and he did it again.
Now they'll have to move it into the hash mark, but see, those hash marks have long been gone.
Especially right where they are now.
This is like this is a Lou Groza era football where
this is real football.
This is football, but this is mutters.
That's exactly right.
Offensive, defensive lineman's dream. Got a little rain, a little chill in the air. November. Playoffs.
Well, they've been riding Maurice Edwards here, Randy, on this drive. Let's see if they continue with it. Still staying with 3 receivers to take some pressure out of the middle of the field.
And working from the shotgun is Franklin at the 38-yard line. Play fake to Edwards, going over the middle, complete. 20-yard line, first down. Ardrey wasn't going to drop that one, or he wasn't going to go to the sidelines if he did.
Yeah, that was a circus catch. He made sure, Randy, leaping into the air and watch him just wrap himself around the ball. He's not going to let that one go for anything. And now Kannapolis uses their first timeout.
We have 2:45 left. The Wonders are in the red zone, down by 4. Coach Massey, we're getting inside the huddle here. Let's see if maybe we can pick up something. Brandon was going to the right.
Yeah, and we don't know the terminology to know what plays they're calling, but...
Well, you're in the huddle and the season on the line, and what more drama could you ask for?
Well, the way Massey's talking there, they're running here the way he's telling he wants Sloop to go to the right. I want my guards and tackles to go here, so...
You guys hold them out, and I'll hit them when I can, right?
Right.
Okay. The 18-yard completion gets them down to the 20 with 2:45 to go. Coach Massey would like nothing better than to get a touchdown with no time left on the clock. You don't want to give Smoky Mountain the ball back. Franklin, time, throwing, end zone, tip, incomplete, and a flag.
And it was over there in the area where Franklin was rolling out. Let's see what the call is going to be. Maybe a hold on Smoky Mountain downfield on one of the receivers.
The officials are conferring. He's bringing in everybody so he can get the consensus. Make sure everybody's on the same page.
Oh, they're saying illegal procedure against the Wonders.
After all is said and done, it's illegal procedure.
Strange game.
Well, if you're thinking holding, that's 15 yards. So I'd rather have illegal procedure, wouldn't you?
And they're saying they want to decline it.
They want the down. Well, that's even more bizarre. They said, well, that's one less time we got to chase Franklin over the field as he lets one fly toward the end zone, if you're the defense thinking that. One setback.
You don't get a chance to decline it, though.
1st and 15. Edwards trying to get out to the corner and tiptoes down the sidelines. Where did they mark him out? He's going to get a nice spot down to the 21-yard line.
Still need just outside the 10 for a first down here.
You see what he did after he was angled out. Tried to stay in as long as he could.
David Harper, the sophomore, has been chasing Edwards out on that play the last 2 or 3 times, and Maurice has had to really turn on the jets to try and get around him.
Russell and Ardrey will split to the big side of the field to the right. You got Williams out on the left side on 2nd and 11. Franklin going on the fade. Batted down. A great defensive play in the end zone. That was Sam McGuire. Played the ball perfectly, Woody.
And the key is he turned his head and found out where the ball was, Randy. He didn't just run blindly and hope. He turned around and got himself into the play.
You know, that's great defense.
Yeah, no question.
Well, now it brings up 3rd and 11.
What a game he's had, huh?
Oh, he's a lot of multi-talented players on both sides of the football tonight. Can play so many positions, can catch, receive, throw, run. Right now, they need 11 yards. Franklin will keep it. Up the middle, he's got 5, he's got 10, he's got 15, he's got a touchdown!
Frank Santori just keeled over, Randy, but what a huge run for Brandon Franklin. Tremendous vision, Randy. He didn't just sprint, he waited for his blocking and used it downfield.
Just when you think they're going to pass, the advantage of the running quarterback. The leading rusher, Franklin, on this team with 688 yards coming into tonight's game. They have scored his biggest rushing touchdown of the year. That is now 8 on the season, and this is a monster extra point. It'll give them a 3-point lead. Meads kick, oh, it's the fake. They got to go back the other way. They give it to Bacon. He heads to the end zone, and the 2-point conversion is good. By design, that gives them a 4-point lead. Boy, have the fortunes changed in the last minute.
Yeah.
2:16 to go in the ball game. Is going to take a delay of game. Yep. With 5 seconds to go in the ball game. Coach Massey, a few more gray hairs tonight for sure, as they were able to overcome a soggy field, penalties, a couple of drop passes, and a great offense by Smoky Mountain. There's the knee, and the Wonders survive to advance to round number 2 next week at home against an undetermined opponent. They win it tonight, 30-24.
Time Warner Cable's Metro Channel 7, committed to great community programming.
(30-24) our final score. Let's go field side right now. Here's Woody Kane.
Okay, thanks, Randy. Well, Coach Massey, you got down by 10 in the second half, but your team had been in some good games against some good teams early in the season. It paid off tonight.
Yeah, I tell you, Smoky Mountain deserves a lot of credit. Coaching staff did a great job. The kids came down and played hard. I've been telling our kids all week, you know, these guys up there, everybody, once you get to the playoff, you know, everybody's going to play hard. I mean, they're going to play hard. And when you choose on the other foot and you got nothing, you know, nobody expected them to win, they came out here and played their tails off and about pulled it off. But a lot goes to our kids. We played probably as poor as we could play in the first half, made a lot of mistakes, but you know, they came in there and they kept believing it and they found a way to win at the end, and that's what it's all about in the playoffs. I don't care how pretty it is or whatever, it's about advancing, winning, and advancing, and now we get an opportunity to play next week, and that's what it's all about.
Coach, what were you telling you guys at halftime after they get the field goal and you to go up 3 at half?
Well, you know, I think our kids knew, you know, that we stood around a little bit. We got out to the quick start and had the easy score, and that happens so many times. You know, you just think it's going to be easy, and you know, those guys on the other side don't feel the same way. So we had to respond, and they did a good job, and we made some adjustments on defense second half and made some plays. Their quarterback had a tremendous game. He did a great job. You know, they took advantage of some areas that we broke down and just didn't play like we should. But you know, we didn't throw the ball extremely well tonight. But I tell you, Brandon did a great job at the end, finding a way on the counter, and you know, he got it in the end zone for us, and that's what it's all about.
Okay, Coach, congratulations on a fine win, and good luck in round 2.
Thank you very much. Appreciate it.
Okay, Randy, back to you.
Look at some final numbers for you from the game. How about that? First downs even. And then you look down at the total yardage, virtually even as well. Turnovers both hurt. Well, one on each team, but it led to points. Penalties, obviously a big problem. The Wonders able to overcome it, as Coach Massey said tonight, and they survived to advance to round number 2. Hope you'll join us Wednesday night at 8 o'clock for Headliners. So we'll talk a little bit of playoffs in round number 2. For Woody Gaines, Steve Gant, the entire Metro 7 production staff, Randy Whitley saying see you